Here we go. Hello, 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 everyone. I hope everyone out there is doing well. As you can see from the title, this is going to be a bit of a mashup, a bit of a chit chat. I have a few topics that I want to talk about. So, I guess all of my videos really are informal because, I'm not a professional. But anyway, let me jump right into it. So I really was thinking about, following your dreams and how important it is to follow your dreams. And I was thinking about that because I am 47 years old. In 3 years, I will be 50 years old. And that's okay, because I believe that I'm right where I need to be. But I think back when I was a young lady, when I was a teen growing up, and my parents never encouraged me to follow my dreams. And this is not to bash our parents, because our parents, honestly, they did the best that they could. And when you think about people during that time, because I think my parents would be considered baby boomers, they were, I think that generation, go to school, get an education, either get a good job, whether it's a teacher, a government job, or whatever the case may be. And honestly, my parents really didn't even talk to me about college or anything like that. I just kind of knew, I think from school, because school always talked to you about, oh, you're smart, you're in AP classes, and, you need to pursue engineering or this, that, and the third. And so actually that is what a lot of my teachers in high school encouraged me to do, which was pursue engineering. I was in the national, NSBE, national, something about national, some club about black engineers. I can't remember exactly what it stood for. And I was the treasurer, honey. So, it was just all about pursuing what people say you should pursue. But although I'm very analytical and I ain't gonna say I like math. Math is pretty easy to me. Science is pretty easy to me. Analyzing things, it just comes easily. So I get it with people saying, oh, since you're good at math and science, you should go into a math and science or STEM industry. And that's what I did. And I did remember mentioning to my dad, I was like, I want to go to design school, because I've always been into fashion, and I wasn't into makeup so much back then, but fashion, I lived in every fashion magazine, Vogue, Bazaar, whatever. And so, as I started working and as life went on and the way that life took me, I feel like that it was kind of a natural progression because I was good at mathematics. So I ended up in accounting, and I'm still in accounting. And it's not that I absolutely hate it, but I do find it to be boring, and I have so many other interests. And so I'm pursuing those interests now. And I just think, I think what really inspired me to make this video is I love seeing younger people in their teens and their early 20s really pursuing their dreams, even when it's outside of the box. So I know there are a couple of young ladies that I watch here on YouTube, and I'm just so overjoyed to see them making money, living life their way, living life outside of the box. And I'm just, and it just made me think about how important it is to just do what it is that you want to do. As long as it's nothing that's, going to hurt anybody or hurt you or whatever the case may be. But it's like, do what you want to do. If you want to have your own business, do that. If you want to be an influencer or a dancer, a stylist, or whatever. And I think that, a lot of it has to do with what, we as a society or a society at large deems to be a prestigious job. And I don't know that society still, well, I feel that we've kind of been getting away from that as a society. I'm just talking about society as a whole. In the past, it was like if you were a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, some type of job that, is supposed to projected to make so much money, and that, you will just be, a CEO or whatever the case may be. But now there's so many avenues that you can take. You can get online. You don't have to work for anybody. And now that I said that, I think that was also part of the reason why I was like, you know what? Let me get on here and encourage these people and remind them, honey, follow your dreams. Because although, I've had, I think, what some people would consider success. Excuse me. And I've made, as over the 20 plus years that I've been in the accounting industry, yeah, my salary has gone up and up and up. But you know how they say, all money ain't good money. Because I'm very thankful to hold the position that I have, because I think gratitude is always in order. And that's how I pay my bills. So yeah, I'm grateful to be employed. I'm grateful to have benefits. But at the same time, I would like to do something that's more fulfilling to me. And so I'm working on that, working on pivoting. But like I said, I'm 47, and I point that out because as I think back, I said, man, what if I had been encouraged to follow my dreams when I was 16, 17, and 18, and just to say it's okay not to conform to what society says is successful. But at the same time, now let me say this, at the same time, I feel like the path that I took was the path that I needed to take. Ooh, a bug. That the path that I took was a path that I needed to take. So I'm not like angry about it or disappointed about it. I'm honestly grateful that I'm at the place that I am to say, okay, I understand that I don't always have to take the traditional route. Because I made a video, honey, you know me with my sporadic videos. So there was some time ago. I know it was well over a year ago, and I was just talking about how I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with my career, because they were laying off left and right, honey. They was going through there with a samurai sword, just cutting people left and right. And I've worked at companies where they've done that before. And I ended up leaving because at that time my son was young. He was still in school, elementary school, I think. So I'm like, I gotta take care of my son, honey. I can't just be out here unemployed in these streets. I can't do it. So I was like, no need for me to wait for them to cut my job. Let me just go find me another one. So that's what I did. And that's how I ended up at the company where I am now. So fast forward, my son is an adult. My son is 24. He turned 24 years old this year, which is so amazing to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe my son is 24 years old, but that's neither here nor there. But so now I don't have the responsibility of having to care for someone or provide for someone else, so I can focus in on myself. And so I remember in that video, I was saying that, I was going to try to either complete my business degree. And I actually did start doing that. And honestly, yeah, I just didn't have it in me. And at one time, I actually really did like business, like everything about management, everything about leadership and all of those things. But I have absolutely it was so hard trying to complete the work in those classes. It was like somebody stick a needle in my brain or something. Not really, but that's just how I felt trying to complete those classes. And so I actually was able to change my major. And I think I mentioned in my last video that I'm studying social work, which I absolutely love. I just love sociology. I think I like sociology more than I like psychology, because I'm not necessarily trying to, I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, but more about understanding people and how their experiences have shaped their life, and then just how you can help people. So anyway, I did that, and I'm just so glad that I did it. And I was just praying and just talking to God, and I was just like, I'm just so thankful that I'm having this opportunity to pursue something that I want to pursue. And then I'm pursuing YouTube. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm pursuing YouTube, but I I like YouTube. I would dare say I love YouTube. I don't watch television. I love to watch YouTube videos, vlogs, documentaries, just all kinds of things, mukbangs. I just watch all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I've been into YouTube for more than a decade. I remember back in the old days, everybody would watch all the like hair tutorials and makeup tutorials and MAC hauls and L'Oreal eyeshadow hauls and all that kind of stuff. And and I just enjoy it. I don't know. I think it's something about actors are real people, but you know what I mean. So, and I enjoy making and creating content. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy sharing of course, not all of my life, but just sharing whatever it is is on my heart to share. There's always something that, I might be led to share. So I'm like, why not try to make it into another stream of income? As many streams of income as you can create is wonderful. So anyway, let me get off of that. So I talked about that. So anyway, I said all that to say, follow your dreams. Is there something that you want to do or something that you're interested in doing? And don't just conform to what society deems to be successful or what is the right action to take, the right path to take, because everybody has their own path to take. And I can say that depending on exactly where I have been working, there have been times I have been so miserable. And I've been thinking lately, because I don't know, and I really don't have the answer, except that maybe I was just really tired, like mentally and emotionally, and I didn't have the energy to look for another job, because I've been at this company for 13 years. And I ask myself, Zainab, why did you stay for 13 years? And although I'm grateful and I've been thankful, I've never been like happy. Like, I've held positions where I really enjoyed the people I work with. I enjoyed the company. I was treated with respect. I was recognized for what I brought to the table. And, that's not been my experience at this current organization. And, that's okay, because the uncomfortability and the discontentment I may be feeling is what pushed me to figure out what it is I really wanted to do and what brings me fulfillment. What have I been purposed on this earth to do, and what is it that, what's my next step and what's my path to take. And like I said, I don't necessarily feel any kind of way about how old I am and all of those things, because, child, I still got a lot of life to live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I still have a lot of life to live. I still have a lot to do. So, that, and I know that, to everything there's a time and a season. So, that just could have been my season of working in corporate America. I had to raise my son. I had to pay, for whatever it is I had to pay for. I had to take care of him. And so that job did allow me to take care of my son. It gave me insurance and all of those things. So, like I said, I'm grateful for that, but I'm definitely in the process of pivoting. And so I want you guys to just, if you're unhappy wherever you are, to not just stay, but to figure out what you want to do, and then sit down and think about how can you do it, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. Honestly, it said all things are possible to him, to whom child, I can't never quote the Bible. But anyway, anything is possible to whoever believes in God. And I believe that, God put us here for a reason. And that, if we have a desire to do something and it just keeps coming up, keeps coming up, then it's something that we should be doing. And so other than that, I just want to talk about alternatives to success. And I actually really did already touch on that, just that there are just so many ways to be successful. There's just, I just see people, just doing all kinds of things you just I don't know. And they're not working for anybody. And I know that everybody doesn't want to be an entrepreneur, and that's fine, because I'm not even sure I want to be an entrepreneur. I just want to have, I just want to feel fulfilled. You know, I don't know how to describe it, that feeling that, you know, you feel so good after, you know, you've been at work, you enjoy what you're doing, you jump up and click your heels, you're ready to go to work, whatever kind of work that you're doing, you're ready to get your day started, and just to have that zeal again. So anyway, I'm sure you guys know about alternative careers, and again, I'm saying alternative, but I don't necessarily mean anything outside of the mainstream, because I can remember when I worked at Kinko's and at my manager, and she used to be, I think she said she was a computer engineer and she worked at IBM, and she just said she got sick. She said, I'm sick of it. She, I'm being dramatic, but basically she said she was tired of it. She was sick of it. And so she quit her job. You know, she got all her affairs in order. She reduced her expenses. She left IBM and she started working at Kinko's. And so she started working at Kinko's as what they call I don't know what they call it now, honey. This was 1,000 years ago, but a copy consultant, which is a person that works the counter. You know, she eventually became a manager, but you know, she was just so sick of the rat race. And now that was in the 90s when I worked at Kinko's, so ain't no telling, you know, she was working at IBM probably in the 70s and 80s, because she was a little bit older. And I remember she had cut all her hair off and went natural. And although, you know, we see a lot of people that are natural now, child folks, you know, people did not, in corporate America, they were not checking for anybody with their hair what they felt like was sticking all over their head. And so, you know, she was just like free and wild, honey. She'd be coming to work with no bras on. I was like, all right, Jamie, you natural and wild. And she said, honey, I'm free. I had to get free of corporate America. And she's not the only person I know. So, you know, I'm just saying that, you know, just to follow your dreams. And if you believe within your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you'll say it's yours. It says, believe that you can make it. Believe that you can make it happen. Just put your trust in God. If you believe, you can achieve.